Supply chain KPIs. You know, I get more questions on my blogs, on YouTube channel and via email on KPIs than anything else. So I'm going to give you some pointers this week on supply chain KPIs. So as I mentioned, particularly on my blog, I get loads of comments or questions about KPIs, and people seem to get pretty wound up about KPIs and which ones should I use and all that kind of stuff. And depending on obviously what area, what functional area you're measuring, they're going to vary quite considerably. But I just want to share some tips, general tips on KPIs, and you'll find lots of videos on the channel about KPIs and also some links to articles. I'll put those down below for you. So first thing with KPIs, don't have too many. I have literally seen, you know, documents 100 pages thick with KPIs for a supply chain. That's crazy. 3 to 6 KPIs for any key function is more than enough, and you need to tailor the KPIs for the level in the organization. So for example, if the CEO wanted to have a look at some KPIs for your supply chain, they probably only want 2 or 3. Not, you know, dozens. There'll be something around cost, service, you know, something like that. If you're the warehouse manager, you're going to want KPIs around space utilization and throughput cost and productivity and things like that. So tailor the KPIs for the level in the organization. Don't have too many. The other thing, and you know, people have talked about this for decades. If you're going to measure something, make it outcome focused. So let's talk about warehousing for a minute. What are the 3 maybe outcomes that you really have to measure in a warehouse? I would suggest cost would be one. So depending on the type of operation, it might be cost per case, cost per pallet, cost per order. That would definitely be one of my KPIs in a warehouse. There might be a service related one. So it could be picking accuracy. It could be, you know, the DIFOT equivalent in the warehouse. So is everything picked and packed and ready in the dispatch dock, you know, in full on time? And probably one around productivity is really important in warehousing. So how many picks per hour are we getting in the different areas of the warehouse? It might be pallet picks, case picks, each picks, automated picking. You know, so productivity, cost, service, really important. The other thing, so, is around KPIs. They've got to be easy to collect. There's no point in having KPIs that, you know, it takes you 6 hours to analyze the data to get them. And then finally with KPIs, it's really good if you could compare them. So if, for example, you were looking at warehousing KPIs and you have 2 or 3 warehouses in your business, or you have other business warehouses overseas perhaps, I'd be sharing the KPIs between different parts of the business so you can learn from each other and see, oh, wow, you're getting higher productivity than our warehouse. What are you doing? So use the KPIs to drive improvement. Not just internally, but externally if you can. So maybe try and get hold of some external KPIs. I mean, here at Logistics Bureau, we actually provide benchmarking services. One of the reasons is that it's so hard to find KPIs. But, you know, there are some out there, and we have some KPI products and stuff. I don't really want to sort of put links to that. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. But the point I'm making is try to benchmark what you're doing against other operations, which is really important. So you're trying to improve yourself, you know, so we're doing 50 cases an hour and we want to get to 60, and then when we get to 60, what do we do to get to 70? But also with other like organizations or other different elements within your business is really good. So just a quick tip, high level on KPIs. What have we talked about? Don't have too many. Have them outcome focused, at least around cost, service and productivity. Make sure they're easy to collect, and use them as a benchmarking tool in some way. So if you have any questions related to KPIs, you know how this works, comment down below. I love to get lots of questions and I'll try and answer them as best I can. And if I can think of any useful links for you, I'll put those down below the video. And if you're not subscribed, why not think about subscribing? And if you hit the bell next to the subscribe button, that way you get notified every time we have a new video coming out. And they come out on a Tuesday evening, East Coast Australia time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.